I always thought my family was picture perfect. We had the kind of suburban life you'd expect from a TV drama, two-story house, well-manicured lawn, barbecue weekends, and smiles for the neighbors. My name is Jake Reynolds, and I turned 18 last summer. What happened right after that changed everything I believed about the people I loved the most. My mom, Karen, was the backbone of our family. She was one of those moms who always packed lunches with handwritten notes, remembered every birthday in the neighborhood, and baked cookies just because. My dad, Thomas, was quieter, steady, and dependable. He worked long hours as a financial consultant and traveled a lot, but he never missed a school play or my football games. Growing up, I never questioned anything. I had a best friend, Ethan, who basically lived at our house. He was there for dinners, vacations, even family game nights. My mom treated him like a second son, and he always said she was the cool mom. Everything felt perfect until I overheard something I wasn't supposed to. It was late one Friday night. I'd come home from a party earlier than expected because I wasn't feeling well. I was heading upstairs when I heard voices from the living room, my mom's voice and someone else's. I paused at the top of the stairs and leaned over the railing. What I saw froze me. Ethan was sitting close, way too close, to my mom on the couch. They weren't doing anything inappropriate, not physically. But the way she looked at him, the way her hand touched his shoulder, it wasn't normal. It wasn't how you looked at someone you see as a son. I backed away quietly and locked myself in my room, my heart racing. Maybe it was innocent. Maybe I was tired and overthinking. I wanted to believe that. I tried to brush it off the next day, but something in me shifted. I started noticing things, how they texted a lot, how she smiled differently around him, how Ethan stopped sleeping over like he used to. I hated the thoughts racing through my head, but I couldn't ignore them anymore. One night, I confronted Ethan. I waited until he was alone at the park near our house. He laughed at first, thought I was joking. But when I didn't laugh back, his face changed. He looked away, rubbed his forehead, and finally said the words I never thought I'd hear. Jake, I didn't plan any of this. It just happened. I didn't mean to hurt you. My stomach dropped. Asked him to explain, needed him to say it clearly, even if it broke me. And he did. He told me it started when he was going through a rough time. His parents were fighting, almost divorced. My mom had comforted him. They started talking late at night after I went to bed. And then it became more. I wanted to punch him. I wanted to scream. But all I could do was walk away. I didn't talk to anyone for days. I felt like my world had been shattered. How could my mom do this? How could she betray my dad, betray me, betray everything our family stood for? The worst part was deciding what to do with the truth. My dad was on a business trip in Denver at the time. I didn't want to ruin his life. I didn't want to be the reason everything exploded. But then I thought, wasn't it already ruined? I finally told my mom I knew. I sat her down in the kitchen one night while my little sister was upstairs asleep. She looked tired, older somehow, like the weight of it all had finally caught up to her. When I said Ethan's name, she didn't deny it. She didn't cry, didn't plead. She just said, I made a mistake, Jake. A terrible one. And I'm so sorry. That crushed me more than if she had lied. I asked her if she still loved Dad. She said yes. She said she never stopped. That what happened with Ethan wasn't about love. It was about loneliness, weakness, a moment she didn't know how to undo. I told her she had to tell Dad, or I would. She nodded. The next day, she sat us all down, me, my dad, and my sister, who was too young to really understand. She told him everything. He didn't speak for a long time. Then he stood up, said he needed time, and walked out. For weeks, our house was quiet. No more barbecues. No more game nights. Dad moved into a friend's guest house. Mom stopped baking. My sister kept asking if everything was okay, and I didn't know how to answer her. I stopped talking to Ethan. He tried reaching out, sent texts, left voicemails. I deleted them all. Maybe one day I'll be able to forgive him, but not yet. Some lines just shouldn't be crossed. It's been almost a year now. My parents are in therapy. Dad eventually moved back in, but things aren't the same. They're trying for us, I think. For my sister. And maybe a little for themselves. I've started college, studying psychology. Part of me wants to understand how people break and how they heal. The truth is, everyone makes mistakes. But some mistakes take longer to fix. What I've learned is this: truth has a cost. But silence costs more. I could have buried what I knew and lived in a lie. But I chose to speak. And in doing that, I didn't just shatter the illusion, I gave us all a chance to rebuild. Maybe not what we had before, but something real. That's the story of the secret I uncovered at 18. Not the kind of story I ever wanted to tell, but it's mine. And maybe, just maybe, someone reading this will understand they're not alone in the pain or in the healing that comes after.